Whether you are a veteran homeschooler or totally new to homeschooling, a lot of times organizing the stuff, all of the stuff that comes with homeschooling, curriculum, manipulatives, record keeping, how are you going to organize all this stuff? It can be so very overwhelming. I have organized in many different ways over the years. If you're new here, hello, my name is Angela. I'm a mom of 8. I've been homeschooling for over 10 years now, and I have tried so many different organization methods. Now, I deeply, deeply love organizing and just kind of getting things sorted and exactly how I want them. But I don't love the visual clutter of having everything out. So today I am going to bring you guys along with me while I solve a few of those problems I've been having and show you how I organize records, as well as how I keep track of all of those fun little art projects and crafty things that your kids do, especially when they're younger. You don't want to throw everything away, but you also can't save every single thing. I'm going to show you guys how I kind of handle that situation as well. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Today's video is so very kindly sponsored by Cricut. If you have been around here for the last, 6 to 8 months, you know my love for Cricut. So we'll get into it. I'm very excited to share this stuff with you guys, and hopefully it will help you get your spaces more organized as well. All right, so this area is kind of just become a shelf where kids toss a lot of like math things, manipulatives for various, or almost like little game things, and also art supplies. I redid this room and I have my bookshelves out here, but I have been just kind of trying to use the space and see how it functions, and then build the organization from there. I think sometimes it can be very tempting to just look at a room and say, I'm going to organize it straight away. But at least for me, with how my family functions and homeschooling, it's a lot easier for me to kind of live in the space, function in it for a little bit, see how we use things, what we grab for most, and all of that, and kind of build my organization off of that. So for this first project, I am going to be using these seagrass baskets that I got at the Container Store. The Container Store is just anybody who, if it's your mecca, if you love organization, if you like things to be neat and tidy and in their place, oh man, Container Store is just, I could spend all day there. So anyways, I digress. These are the baskets that I'm going to be using to help me better organize some of those math things, manipulatives, as well as art supplies. I also picked up this set of bin clip labels from Container Store, and these are awesome because they just slide right onto the baskets. I love that they are a matte black. They're not shiny, they're matte. And then I'm going to use my Cricut Joy to actually write the words that go on these labels. I really like that I can choose the kind of writing that I end up putting on these labels. If I use the design space for the Cricut, for my Cricut Joy, it's a totally free program that you run with your Cricut Joy or whatever your Cricut device is that you're using. But I love that there's so many different fonts in there. So if I want a font that looks like chalk, I can do that. If I want a font that's more of a scripty look, I can do that, more of a handwriting look. It especially will help too if you're somebody like me who doesn't have fantastic handwriting. I love that I can use the Cricut Joy to make something look like it was handwritten, even though it's actually a perfect label. Let's jump into project number 1. All right, so if y'all are new to Cricut products, then I would just share with you really quickly that basically Cricut, all of the Cricut products, they're like smart cutting machines. So they really allow you to personalize projects. It works with hundreds of different materials. And then, like I said, you use a software called Design Space, and that comes free with the machine. So you can create so many different projects. Okay, now's the fun part. The cool thing about this is you can Bluetooth connect it. So I can just use my laptop or my cell phone, and we'll just go in here and design what I want the labels to say. And then it'll send that to the Cricut Joy for cutting. So it's super, super simple and easy to use, very easy to navigate. Within Design Space, you can browse like hundreds of images and fonts that you are just free to use. And then once you've created your design, Design Space just sends it to the Cricut machine and cuts it. It is so simple, easy. I love that you can Bluetooth connect to use it from, whether it's like from your laptop or from a mobile device. It just makes it super easy to grab the Cricut Joy and move it anywhere around your house. If you want to make labels for things in your refrigerator or in your pantry, you guys have seen me use it in so many different areas of our home, laundry room, kitchen, the kids' rooms. It's just such an amazing little product, and I have found so many uses for it.
Hungry for the road all my life, thirsty for adventure all my youth, chasing all my freedoms down Liberty Avenue. And every time I hear a phrase my mother used to say to me, everything happens for a reason. I get the feeling I need a little taste of home, 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 just a little.
Now that those are done, I'm gonna take the little tag off my Container Store basket. And the cool thing about these labels, what I like about these, is that you can put them as they are sort of intended right here on this sort of side handle part of the basket. But if for some reason you want to face the basket the other way, these also fit nicely on that side as well. So I think I'm actually going to use mine this way since I've got just 2 bins and they fit really nicely on the shelf this way versus this way. So I'm going to use them like that. Let me transfer supplies into these and get it put away. Organization, labeling just makes me happy. It brings joy to my heart. I love it so much.
I need a little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Nothing like kitchen conversation, steam coming up off the stove, photographs down the staircase showing our stories unfold.
For project number 2, I want to share with you guys. So again, this is something that I just get asked about a ton, and that is record keeping. And this simple product right here. Now, this is also from the Container Store. This is a portable file box. The cool thing about these file boxes is they have so many different purposes in your homeschool. So let me show you how I'm going to set this one up, and then I will also talk to you about some other ways that you can utilize this to keep yourself organized and to keep your students organized, especially if you're trying to get your kids to be more autonomous with their schoolwork. This one I'm creating right now for my oldest daughter, who's in the 9th grade, going to be going into the 10th grade. And this is for record keeping, transcript keeping, some memory keeping stuff as well, but a lot of it is just kind of preserving her work through each year of high school. There are so many different ways to use these file boxes. This particular one from Container Store has like a little section at the top that you could open and close and keep pencils and stuff like that in. One way that a lot of people use these is they'll make this essentially one of their child's homeschool curriculum for the whole year. And you use the different file folders and you would make a label or write on them for like week 1, week 2, all the way through however many weeks, if you're going to do like 36 weeks of school. And then within there, you can put all of their curriculum for the week into just a simple file folder with the labels on it. So for example, you would take something like this, Orton Gillingham activities. This is a activities book for helping kids with dyslexia. So you would go through and tear out the perforated pages and put the pages into the corresponding week. So they could just pull out the file from the week and have all of their schoolwork. Depending on the age of your child, you could divide that up and put different subjects into each of these different colored folders so they knew, here's my reading for the week, here's my math for the week. Or you could do these folders. So this is your weekly, is the hanging, and then your daily is this. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you're separating it. So when they open up Monday, they have their math worksheet, their reading worksheet, their science worksheet, whatever it is. So there's lots of different ways to use these in your homeschool. I am, like I said, going to be using this for testing, transcripts, records. I've been kind of keeping all of this stuff in my teacher notebook right now, and it is just overflowing. It's overflowing. So I'm going to make some labels for this with my Cricut. I'm going to do something for the front here, some kind of label here for her, and then I may put her name, at the top here. So not complicated at all. Let's get to making some labels.
And every time I hear a song my father used to sing to me, sweet words of an Irish lullaby, I get the feeling I need a little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Home, 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 just a little taste of home. I need a little taste of home, 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 no matter where I go. A little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Just bought my ticket, I pick up the phone. I'm calling to tell you that I'm coming home. Home, 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 I'm coming home. I need a little.
I've got my hanging folders in here separated by grade, 9th, 10th, 11th, and then 12th grade. I've got a spot for transcript stuff to go, as well as yearly testing. And then I just did the regular folders in here with the different classes and stuff. So it's really simple. Like I said, you could absolutely do this and make these be the weeks, week 1 through 36, and then the different days or different subjects. There's so many different ways to utilize a file folder like this for organizing your homeschooling stuff, but giving it some fun labels. There you go. Okay, and for our last project, I wanted to share with you guys a really neat way, beautiful way, kind of turns this into a keepsake. If you would like to save some of your children's artwork. Over the years, they draw you things, they make you cards, they do different things like that you want to save those memories. But kids can often make a lot of these things, and it's more than you can actually save. So I'm not going to tell you how to decide which pieces to save. That is up to you. But for the ones that you do want to save, I love these boxes. These are like photo memory boxes from the Container Store. And this one is in, hopefully you can kind of see the color. It's in a very, very, very soft pink. I got 2 of these to create these memory boxes for my twin daughters who are 4, Ivy and Amelia. And so this is kind of like, it has kind of like a linen-y texture to it. So for a project like this and with this kind of material on the box, there's actually a number of choices that you have. I'm going to go with the Smart Vinyl again, but I'm kind of going for a monochromatic look. So I am going to be using pink on pink. However, the pink of the Smart Vinyl is a few shades darker than the pink of the box, so you still will be able to see it. But I just really like the monochromatic look. I just think it looks really classy and really pretty to have on the front of these boxes. I think, again, given like the linen material, you could probably also use the Easy Press, the heat press machine, and some of the heat vinyls for it, or some of the ink that infuses the ink into it. Anything that has more of like a fabric finish to it, you could use some of the heat things for as well. But I just really loved the look of using a really scripty font. I found this in Cricut Design Space. It's just one of the fonts that comes with the program. And I don't know, I loved how it turned out. It's a little hard to see on camera, so you're gonna have to take my word for it. All right, you guys, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of my homeschool organization. Like I said, I've been doing this for so long, and there's so many different ways to do this. There's really no right or wrong way. I just, over the years, have kind of learned what works for me, but hopefully you got some ideas. There's so many things to keep track of with homeschooling, and the more students you have, the more of those things that there are, whether it's curriculum or records. It's a lot to keep track of. So having good systems in place, good ways that you kind of track and organize things will help you as a homeschool mom too to feel like, okay, I've got this together, I'm okay. And it's really nice when it comes time to, having like a high schooler like I do, when it comes time to start thinking about college applications or jobs or various things that they want to apply for, just having everything in one place and well organized does help things to run smoother. So hopefully this video is helpful. Let me know if you guys want to see any more organization videos, or if you have any more questions about homeschooling stuff or organization stuff that maybe popped up throughout this video, let me know. Don't forget to check the link down below in the description box and go check out everything available at the Container Store and the Cricut Joy now available there. I love when two brands that I love come together and they make this wonderful thing of organizing products and labeling things. Oh, it just makes my little heart flutter. So that's it for me today, you guys, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.